Evan stared out the window, the rain blurring the world outside into a canvas of gray. At 16, he should have been reveling in the carefree days of youth, hanging out with friends, dreaming about the future. But Evan felt adrift, a jumble of tangled emotions trapped inside a body that never felt quite right. The loss of his mother a year ago had ripped a hole in his life, leaving a hollowness that echoed his own internal struggles. School was a daily performance, a mask he wore to hide the turmoil within. He excelled in academics, burying himself in textbooks, a desperate attempt to find solace in something concrete. Social interaction, however, felt like navigating a minefield. He yearned for connection, but conversations with friends felt superficial, their easy laughter a foreign language to him. The source of his discomfort was a secret shame that gnawed at him constantly. He wasn't like the other boys. The clothes they wore, the sports they played, the way they talked about girls, it all felt alien to him. Deep down, a truth he barely dared to acknowledge whispered. He wasn't a boy, not truly. One night, curled up in bed with a worn copy of a young adult novel featuring a transgender character, a spark ignited within Evan. He poured his heart out into a journal entry, the words flowing freely for the first time in months. "I think I'm transgender," he wrote, the starkness of the sentence both terrifying and liberating. The next day, he confided in Sarah, a girl in his English class known for her quiet kindness. He held his breath as he spoke, his voice trembling, bracing himself for rejection. But Sarah surprised him. Her eyes widened in understanding, then softened with empathy. "It's okay, Evan," she said, her voice gentle. "I'm here for you no matter what." Relief washed over him, a wave that threatened to topple the dam he'd built around his emotions. With Sarah's support, Evan found the courage to explore the vast world of online LGBTQ+ communities. He discovered countless stories of self-discovery and acceptance, a beacon of hope in his isolated world. He learned about different identities within the transgender spectrum, the concept of chosen names and pronouns, and the empowering act of living authentically. The biggest hurdle remained: his father, David. Their relationship had always been strained. David, a stoic man burdened by grief, found it difficult to express his emotions. Evan pictured the conversation in 1,000 agonizing scenarios, each ending in disappointment or anger. One evening, after dinner, Evan took a deep breath and blurted it out. "Dad, there's something I need to tell you." David looked up from his newspaper, his brow furrowed. Evan poured out his heart, his voice cracking with emotion. He spoke of the confusion, the shame, and finally the liberating truth. The silence that followed felt deafening. David's face was unreadable, a mix of emotions swirling in his eyes. Finally he spoke, his voice gruff. "I don't understand, Evan. This isn't what I expected." Disappointment washed over Evan, but then he saw a flicker of something else. A hesitant curiosity, a struggle to understand. The following days were strained. David retreated into himself, his silence a heavy weight in the house. Evan felt a surge of anger, then a wave of despair. Had he ruined everything? Sarah remained his rock, a constant source of support and encouragement. Through her, Evan discovered a local LGBTQ+ support group. Stepping into that room for the first time felt like entering a sanctuary. He met others on their own journeys, their shared experiences creating an instant bond. The group leader, a trans woman named Alex, became a mentor for Evan. She answered his questions patiently, alleviating his anxieties and fears. She introduced him to online resources and helped him navigate the process of coming out to extended family and friends. With newfound confidence, Evan began exploring his identity. He experimented with different styles of clothing, finding pieces that felt comfortable and reflected his inner self. He requested they as them pronouns at school, the change a small but significant step towards authenticity. The initial confusion from some classmates gradually gave way to acceptance, fueled by Sarah's quiet advocacy on his behalf. The hardest part, however, remained mending the bridge with his father. One afternoon, David hesitantly approached Evan while he was browsing online. "Evan," he began, his voice rough. I read some of those articles you left lying around." Evan glanced up, surprised. His father, usually a man of few words, was actively seeking to understand. A flicker of hope ignited within him. "There's still a lot I don't get," David admitted, his brow furrowed in concentration. "But I'm trying. Can you explain it to me, son?" They sat down at the kitchen table, and for the next hour, Evan spoke, his voice gaining confidence as he explained gender identity and the transgender experience. He shared stories from the support group, highlighting the courage and resilience of the people he'd met. David listened intently, occasionally asking questions to clarify his understanding. It wasn't an easy conversation, but a seed of acceptance had been planted. Over the following weeks, there were tentative steps forward. David started using Evan's chosen pronouns, albeit with a few stumbles at first. He accompanied Evan to a support group meeting, sitting quietly in the back but offering a reassuring smile when their eyes met. Evan decided to take a leap of faith. Pride Month was approaching, and the local LGBTQ+ community was organizing a parade. He felt a nervous flutter in his stomach, but it was overshadowed by a newfound determination. This was his chance to live authentically, to celebrate his identity in the open. He confided in Sarah and the support group, and to his surprise, they all encouraged him to participate. Sarah even offered to help him decorate a sign for the parade. On the day of the parade, a kaleidoscope of colors flooded the streets. Evan marched alongside Sarah and Alex, a rainbow flag fluttering in his hand. Initially, there were stares and whispers, but as the parade progressed, cheers and applause erupted from the crowd. A wave of pride washed over Evan. He wasn't alone. He was surrounded by a community that embraced him for who he truly was. He spotted his father standing on the sidewalk a little further down, a hesitant smile playing on his lips. Later that night, David surprised Evan with a hesitant hug. "I'm proud of you, Evan," he mumbled, his voice thick with emotion. The simple words held a world of meaning, a bridge built across the chasm of misunderstanding. Fast forward a year, Evan had blossomed. He thrived in his newfound confidence, his grades soaring as he finally felt comfortable in his own skin. He joined the school's drama club, surprising everyone with his hidden talent and captivating stage presence. He even started dating a non-binary classmate, their connection built on mutual understanding and acceptance. His relationship with his father continued to strengthen. David still had moments of confusion, but he actively sought to learn and understand. He accompanied Evan to doctor's appointments when the process of hormone therapy began. Their conversations flowed more easily now, a newfound respect bridging the gap between them. One evening, Evan sat down with his father, a photo album open on his lap. He pointed to a picture of his mother, her smile radiating warmth. "She would have been proud of you, Dad," he said softly. David nodded, tears welling up in his eyes. "I know, son. I know." In that shared moment of grief and love, a silent promise hung in the air, to live their lives authentically, honoring the memory of the woman who had brought them together. Evan's journey was far from over. There would be challenges and setbacks, moments of self-doubt and societal prejudice. But he faced the future with a newfound strength, his heart brimming with hope and acceptance. He had found his voice, his community, and most importantly, himself. And in living authentically, he had not only embraced his own identity, but had also forged a deeper connection with the people he loved most. Finally, we would like to express our gratitude for watching till the end. We hope you found the video valuable and informative. If so, please show your appreciation by hitting the like button and leaving us a comment below. We are eager to hear from you. In the end, we have a humble request for you. We are trying hard to keep you enlightened and empowered by creating awesome videos like this. Please support us by joining our membership program. The link is in the description. Your little contribution will inspire us to make more awesome content for you like this. The next video will be published tomorrow, so don't miss it. Till then, take care. More wisdom, more solutions, better life.